man, and we got the Haimer boat. Look who it is right there.
Hey Titan.
Oh man, it's Andy. I just saw you in Germany right here. Boom, I gotta give him a good handshake. How you doing, brother?
Very good, good to see you. Welcome to Chicago, you know, that's my favorite city in the world.
I love Chicago, I love Texas, but I love Germany too, man. Thank you for hosting us, it was so good. That video, if you guys haven't seen that video, we actually got a tour the Haimer plant, 160, 170 machines, amazing workforce, all building everything that you see right here, so you guys can actually use the same equipment that they use on the high level. Boom, boom.
That's an automatic presetter. That's our Violinear series, fully automatic. It actually works very easy. So all of the presetters have our data in the database. So I just have to scan here. It automatically adjusts. So we are starting the scanning process where it actually matters. I will go up and set here. I just have to fill out one point. We want to know the cutting edge data. We want to know where the actual cut is happening. This area here, because that other part is just a collision area, and we want to mark it's here starting the edge start. We make the measuring point as well. We start the measuring point. We want to know this one, the highest edge. So it now focuses it. So it creates a digital twin and it focuses it automatically. Then we move up to where the edge ends, and then in case of a drill, we see it here on the screen, and we are just marking the top part. So here we go, and we just position it where the cutting edge ends, and we start with start scan. So what it will do now, it will start the scan. It knows the Haimer geometry of the Haimer Shrinkfit tool. It will start scanning it and generating automatically a 3D model. And we can work right away with CAD-CAM. So on another station, we showed you, for example, with one kind of CAD-CAM system, but we work with the OPCOA interface, we work with the bidirectional interface to make it available to all the CAD-CAM makers. That's a massive relief for a lot of manufacturers that want to digitize thousands of tools in their shop or hundreds of tools. A lot of people started small, and we wanted to give them an idea that, hey, listen, if you invest in a Haimer presetter, which is automatic, you can use it to digitize your data. So if I go now to the next level and want to actually eliminate all the papers in the shop, I'm so excited to show you these digital tools. I just say read QR code, for instance. I can here scan, because all of our presetters can print out a unique ident number, and then you have all the tool data in terms of a picture, your material number out of the ERP system, your tool number, how many tools you can use, and you can have a digital data file basically, and you have it paperless. So that's very exciting because you can standardize, you can digitize your tool room and start from there and use the data, send it to the machine by any kind of interface, by QR code or by RFID. The same works with RFID. So I just say read code tag, and he's reading the RFID here. That's an RFID system in it basically, and it has all the same information. So we enable our customers around the world to start digitization in their shop floor. You can actually have the live data, feed the live data from your control, get the tool warning, manage it, synchronize your database. Everything's possible with Haimer. So when you invest in the presetting machines, shrinking, balancing, everything is modular, everything can be digitized, everything can be automated. You know DualLock, we cooperate with Canametal on this. So here we have all that kind of solutions, from DualLock collets for turning machines, for DualLock die and mold solutions, all the kind of geometries we show here, you know, die and mold chucks, 5-axis machining. Look at this beautiful cutting tool. DualLock is the only modular interface where you can have up to 3 times diameter depth of cut, full slotting capability. You can use it in any kind of industry, aerospace, automotive, die and mold. It gives you so much opportunity, and it's a sustainable solution. Look at the carbide prices going through the roof. So you can actually have a DualLock extension with a carbide and just exchange the tip, basically just exchange the end mill. We have really massive DualLock solutions, great cutting tools, great solutions, maximum metal removal rate. But one thing I'm very excited also is this display. We show Cool Flash. CoolFlash is a unique technology which is an upgrade to any kind of Shrinkfit holder, that you can actually maximize your metal removal rate by having a high pressure, not even needing a high pressure coolant. You can accelerate the flow of your coolant with the garden hose effect. So here you see the coolant comes from internal coolant, comes here, then it goes to these channels here, and there is a pressure chamber on top of it. So it's like a garden hose effect. We create more pressure and the coolant accelerates faster, so it goes in the flutes. So if you film inside here, you can see actually the coolant go in the flute of the cutting edge for maximum chip evacuation.
That right there is amazing. So why don't I have any of these at my shop?
You need to upgrade.
I need some because
holders.
everything we do is about getting after it, and it's about the coolant, the liquid tool to get those chips out of there, and that was amazing.
Here we are on the evolution of Shrinkfit. You know, like Shrinkfit, the history of Shrinkfit coming out of the die and mold industry with very slim designs. Haimer, in terms of shrinking machines, has taken it to the next level. So we see here a standard shrink, a power shrink, a heavy duty shrink. All of them are upgradable with SafeLock. You use a lot of SafeLock cutting tools in your shop, but all of them are also upgradable with CoolFlash. So it's like a full solution. You can start with a generic basic shrinking holder and upgrade it. So it's one tool for everything, from finishing to roughing. And the beauty of Shrinkfit is it's a push button system. Speaking about digitization and automation, I don't have to remember a torque. I don't have to manually do something in order to clamp a tool. I can just push a button. This is like the main bread and butter shrinking machine here. Everything is called like with I4O, fully automatic. It has a full auto function. So it's so easy to operate. You just select the right diameter, put the coil here. So the coil moves in axial position for large diameters, for short diameters. It has an iris on top of it, so if I move it down, there's iris, like in a camera, it's focusing on it. So that's unique, it's a patented technology. Haimer is the absolute world market leader in this area because we can shrink in and out everything. It's so easy to operate, it's just a push button system. I don't have to know anything. It checks automatically how much heat it is induced. I take out the old tool, put in the new tool within seconds. Same rigidity, same accuracy, same run out, same balance, and I cool it down. And this is digitization, a start into digitization as well. You don't need to remember torques, you don't need to, the cleanliness is much easier, the consistency is easier, no matter if it's done in first shift, second shift, third shift, always perfect rigidity, perfect run out.
You know, I'm glad that we're here because after the last video, we had a lot of different questions on Shrinkfit and the tool holders and how long they last. Is there a lifespan to a Shrinkfit holder?
With Haimer, we guarantee you use a Haimer Shrinkfit holder and a Haimer Shrinkfit machine, unlimited lifespan.
Unlimited.
Because if you
guaranteed at Haimer.
If you use our equipment, we have the exact coordination of the right temperature, the right holder. We have high quality. You saw our manufacturing.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect quality. And that's why I say don't save on the nickels and dimes, because the holder cost is less than 1% of your machining cost, you know?
They guarantee it for life, and that's called quality. Boom.
Speaking more about Shrinkfit, now we have customers out there using Shrinkfit for milling machines, 5-axis machining. They can also use it for lathe. I mean, look at these kind of collets, shrinking collets. You can put it on driven tools, on any kind of ER, call it outer diameter basically. And the beauty of it is you don't have to interrupt the cut. So if in your lathe basically you have a regular ER collet, you take out the cutting tool, then you have to insert the cutting tool, you have to guesswork the edge, the length of it. But here you can offline, means while your machine is making chips, you can shrink in and out basically the next holder.
Okay.
I scan it and the coil is actually adjusting in length and diameter. So I show it you again, I scan it and the coil is automatically adjusting. And we have the only induction coil that is also adjusting in length and diameter, means we give the perfect amount of heat for the right corresponding diameter, and that's why there's unlimited lifespan with Haimer shrinking machines and Haimer shrinking holders. Another highlight with Haimer is you really truly see the huge assortment of presetting and measuring machines. You have here automatic presetting machines, manual presetting machines, means Haimer technology is not only limited to the large shops, like not only to the Boeings and of the world. we give a solution for any kind of job shop in the world. Here we see, for instance, a perfect entry-level machine for any kind of job shop. We have from small entry-level, depending on your budget, up to fully automatic machine.
Now, Andy, one of the cool things that I love is that I talk to people all over, and they always look at like presetting, and they think like, I'm a mom and pop, I'm just not there yet. And I'm always telling them the Uno microset, like it is crazy and it's like affordable. When somebody looks at the range, you start off with something like this, like the Uno. What is the entry-level price?
You have a small entry-level price for maybe a $10,000–$15,000 presetter up to a $100,000 presetter. But if we talk about a $15,000 presetter, you have to imagine that no matter which kind of machine tool you're using, if without a presetter, every time you're taking away productivity, you interrupt the cuts.
The machine is just sitting while you're doing everything.
So no matter if you have one machine tool or 3 machine tools, it's much more expensive than a $15,000 presetter. So just imagine if the $15,000 presetter, you know, you use your machine tool, which maybe costs you $60,000, $80,000, $100,000, $200,000 as the most expensive presetter around in the world. So you can use a smart machine for $15,000 to $20,000, or what I recommend to people, if they have, starting with 3 to 5 machines, I recommend them going semi-automatic or fully automatic.
I always say life is levels and machining is levels. So you get the bottom when you have a few machines, and then you just rise up over time and make it happen.
Absolutely.
Boom. What else you got?
We speak about a $14,000 entry-level presetter. This is something else. That's an automation cube, which is a fully automatic shrinking and presetting cell. So the idea is, like for larger shops that maybe you know, want to run a second shift in the tool room, so they can invest in such a cell. It's programmed with our tool management DAC. So the robot will actually now measure the length of the cutting tool, will heat up the holder. So when the holder is now shrunken in, he will then move it to the presetting process, which we just have seen before. So he will now take that one out from the cooling process. So he puts out the old cutting tool, puts in on the cooling station. When it's on the cooling station, it rotates so that the cool down holder will be then put on the presetting machine. The robot takes automatically out now the cutting tool and puts in the new cutting tool. He knows now the stick out length, and then he will start shrinking and take out the old cutting tool, insert the new cutting tool, and this is a cell which combines shrinking and presetting. It could be added also balancing, but in this case only shrinking and presetting, and you can increase the conveyor belt. So if you need more, now you see it's taking it out, the old cutting tool, puts in the new cutting tool, moves it to the cooling position, and that's fully automatic. That can run 24 hours fully automatic. You can load it, you can increase the conveyor belt, having much more tools to shrink in and out. That's with Haimer, you know, from an entry-level presetter up to state-of-the-art fully automatic cell, we can offer you all the solutions. But the good thing for you is whenever you invest in a Haimer solution, it's always upgradable, it's always modular. You can rely on the quality, and you can always take it to the next level. I don't say that every customer needs that, but it's just to give you an idea. And that exhibition is about thought leadership. Where can you go in the future? And maybe 10 years down the road, a small or medium-sized job shop that would never have imagined, hey, I need this kind of stuff. But maybe 10 years down the road, you need it. And you can rest assured with Haimer, you have the solution for the long term, for the future. Another exciting topic, we talked about digital revolution, digitization. And what is pretty cool here is we show multiple controls. Like, for instance, a Heidenhain control, we have a Fanuc control here, can be with a Siemens control, no matter which kind of control you use. But what is really, really cool is we call it Haimer Machine Hub. Actually, the Haimer Machine Hub works on an OPC UA. For those of you not knowing OPC UA, that's a new standard for machine tools and machine tool controls that exchanges the data in a bi-directional interface. We have exploited that or used that new OPC UA control. So in order to show a world premiere here on a Heidenhain control, we are scanning it in. Now what is it doing? It takes the data from our tool management with this holder, basically the data of the holder, and it writes it automatically in the Heidenhain control. Now on our tool management side, that's live data control. So you have everything here, no more typing. Your operator don't need to know how to actually enter it. It will be shown next to the control in a kind of web browser. So a web browser based system to make it even easier to make sure that collisions are a thing of the past. We want to rule out expensive collisions by having our presetter as the main heart of your factory, digitizing your CNC controls. Now if we go on the other machine here to see that it's live, so we can also here read it. It's all in one database. We can read it here, and we know these same live informations basically from the control in the database. And if I go one step further on our machine, I can also scan it here. And this database, basically I have found this database. I have all the data, I have all the digital information, I have my digital setup tool, and also I can now live go on the hide and hang control back basically. So it will tell me, okay, that tool number of this control, an exemplary control. So that tool has only 4% of tool life left, so it's red. So you can in the future, on the next step, you can monitor from your tool room live all the data from your CNC machines and see, oh, I'm red, I'm yellow. That's a next level in digitization.
Awesome.
For the shop.
Amazing.
We have our Uno Smart. That's our presetter, entry level. Can have a printer, label printer. You have everything you need for a one machine job shop, mom and pop job shop. It's perfect. What I want to give you the feeling is, even on our large booth, we're a successful company, but we started very humble, as you've seen in the Titan video. And we have really the manufacturers on our heart, because we offer a solution, entry-level solution, presetting, shrinking, balancing, you know, everything is affordable into entry-level in order to invest one time and invest in the right machines in order to be for the long term prepared. That's what we show here as well. We can show all the different applications to our audience, to our customers. One more thing I want to show you is also a new shrink machine. Here we see our new shrink machine with our cyclone cooling. You see it in this animation. So it's a air water mist that's much more quicker in order to shrink the holder and cool the holder. So actually here the coil also is adjusting fully automatic, like we've seen before in the video. We take out the cutting tool, put it in. That's a Shrinkfit, call it. In this case, it's ideal for lathe or driven tools. Then we move it down. It sees it's hot. It's moving on, and that's a kind of vortex cooling. Cooling time has been much more reduced for this kind of puncture independent cooling. So while the one is cooling down, I shrink in the next basically. It moves to the right position. See, it's even so quick, I cannot change at the same time the tool because it's already cooled down. So I put it in, take it out. So you can work multitasking and cool it down. And you know, it's so dry and quick, you can touch it Titan. It's so dry and quick. It's cool, dry, clean, perfect, you know?
Okay.
Shrinkfit collets. That's another innovation from Haimer. So we are very, very happy to have you here on IMTS 2022. We want to rock
Haimer,
Chicago.
baby. That's it.
So we want to rock Chicago because really it's such an amazing city, and it's so good to be back in North America and the US. So can't
Super
wait to
good.
see your facility.
It's good to see all the people, you know, and see everybody in your booth. And
Absolutely.
I see you in Germany. I see you over here, Chicago, worldwide, baby.
Next time I
Thank
see you in
so
Texas.
much.
Yeah.
Texas. Boom.
Boom.